Today I'm going to ask Nishant the top 5 questions for international students. And this is going to be helpful for you if you are coming to the UK.
Yeah.
And just to know how our experience was.
Completely candid.
Yeah. So the first question is, what was your initial thought when you came to the UK?
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So I think for me it's been like 2 years and for you it's been 1 year.
Yeah.
So our experiences were completely different, but I had to spend like a few hours at the airport because I had booked the airport pickup service from the university, and I'd landed at 7 a.m. and my bus was going to take off at 2 p.m.
That was long.
Basically I had to like wait for like 6 hours at the airport, and that wasn't like very nice. But then when I first like initially saw like London through the airport, like from inside the airport, I just like, oh my god, this is just like the movies. And so when the bus actually left from London to go to Lincoln, it stopped at a gas station, and I remember I called you and I was like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? What am I doing? Like it's so different. Like,
I remember.
What am I doing with my life? And it was just like so weird for me. And yeah, when I think I was just like overwhelmed, I was tired, and everything was hitting me together.
Yeah.
And then when I actually stepped down from the bus in Lincoln, I remember it was like weirdly cold. So I just thought like, there's kind of some AC in the air or something like that. And then obviously there was like some help from the students, volunteers from Lincoln, and they kind of helped me take all of my luggage, my 4 bags, and it wasn't very nice for me to carry that.
Still don't know how you did it.
That's my initial experience.
All right. So I think my experience is a complete 360 of yours.
Yeah.
Because firstly, you and my brother, you came to pick me up.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a run-in with the customs.
Yeah.
For some reason, they stopped me and checked my bags. And I still have PTSD from that. But
they do it very randomly, so it was just like
of course, they found nothing, and like I was out in like some time.
Yeah, it was just an unlucky day.
Yeah, happens. But yeah, I still remember you had got me like a chocolate hazelnut croissant. My brother had got me some chocolates, and
pink
it was
chocolates.
Yeah, pink chocolates goes with the pink shirt.
Because he couldn't find pink flowers. That's all.
But yeah, it was so different for me because you obviously went with the university services.
Yeah.
For me, my family basically came to pick me up. We traveled from the Elizabeth line. I saw like, the skyline of London sort of going through the train, and it was lovely. And when we got out where my brother stays in Central, first thing I saw was like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Go by, and I'm a big car guy, so it was like, wow, where am I?
I still remember like the evening walk that we took that day. He was just like, oh, look at that car, oh, look at that car. I was like, you are in London, just look at London, not the cars.
And another thing which was very like a drastic change between our experiences is when I had come, it was a heat wave.
Oh, yes.
It was so bad. Like I landed from Mumbai and I genuinely thought I was still there because
it's just like a posh area of Mumbai.
Yeah, literally like there's no fans here.
Yeah.
In any housing, there's just no, the concept of fans is missing.
Yeah.
So the you experienced the cold and I experienced the heat wave.
Yeah.
So that was like that.
Okay, so the next question is, what was the first thing you bought in the UK? You go first.
It's so random, but I bought a lint roller.
Yeah, from Flying Tiger.
From Flying Tiger. And that was, I did that purchase as well because I just had to activate my card.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anything that was like £1 or less because I just had to make a transaction. Yeah. But that's that.
Yeah. And for me, it was my duvet, my pillows, I did my everything like bedding shopping together. But luckily I had a flatmate of mine who was so kind, and he's still a friend. So he was so kind that he, came with me to shop and everything. He helped me pick up everything. And I shopped basically for the duvet, the pillows, the duvet cover set, pillow covers, bed sheet, everything. It was like a £26 purchase.
Versus one lint roller.
So that was my kind of first shopping in the UK.
Right.
So then, how did you get a part-time job in the UK?
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go first on that one because my story is just so good.
Yeah.
So firstly, I was not that serious about like finding work. I didn't understand how difficult it was, but thankfully I had her, so she like kind of pushed me like, you need to go out and start finding jobs now. And I have some social anxiety, but I got over it and I just started walking into random stores asking if there are any opportunities.
Yeah.
Hi, are you looking to hire someone, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
And I didn't even print CVs. Like I
Yeah.
just went there saying I
Yeah.
can mail it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I think the place where I work right now was the 11th store I visited.
Yeah.
And just they say that when it's meant to happen, it just happens. I walked in there, the manager asked me for like my CV. I told her I can mail it to you. I mailed it to her.
No, you're missing a spot. So your manager wasn't there.
Oh yeah, right. My manager wasn't there, so they asked me to come the next day.
Yes.
They asked me to come
So you
the
went
next day.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Then you went for the second time. Then you met the actual manager.
Yeah.
Then she gave him the email address.
And
Because of the accent, she wanted to say store.
And I heard star.
Yeah. He just couldn't email, and then you went again to ask for the email.
But
that's the third time.
I was so lucky that she took it very sportingly and like in a fun way.
Yeah.
Because someone would have thought, what the hell, he can't even like write an email down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's the third time I went.
Yes.
And then the fourth time was the interview. And then they hired me.
Yeah.
But
that was the induction basically.
But honestly, it's a dream job for like at least part-time work.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better manager or a better job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's my experience.
Yeah. The reason I pushed him was, this is for all of you watching as well.
Yeah.
If you're looking to come to the UK, start finding jobs in September itself, because then all the positions get filled up, and all the students who are working in a part-time job, they actually, once they get a full-time job, they leave in September-ish, because their course also ends during that time. So that's when the peak time you need to actually kind of start searching. And I feel like everything happens for a reason.
And it's a thing, right? Every September, a new intake is coming and an old one is going out.
Yeah.
So September is when most of the jobs are available.
Yes.
And guys, trust me, we've heard like this advice from people, given to others, of course, is go there 6 months, enjoy and then please do not do that. If of course, if you don't want to work and like you're one of those, then that's not a problem. But if you are coming with a mindset that yes, I will have to work for my finances,
then
please
start finding jobs immediately.
Don't even wait like me for 15-20 days. Just come here, get your CV sorted and just go and apply.
Yeah. So for me, for my experience was, I had done a lot of research when I was back in India, and I really wanted to do a kind of a job with the university itself, because I wanted to do something in my field.
You were determined.
Because student content creation, something like that.
Yeah.
So like I said, when I stepped down of that bus, the pickup service, and stepped down in Lincoln, and there were like a lot of student volunteers, there was one person who helped me with my luggage, and obviously everyone saw like a camera in my neck, and everyone was like, oh, you're interested in photography, would you like to work and everything. I was like, yeah, definitely, I want to work in the university itself. And then that person, the student volunteer, he actually told me that university had posted this job, they kind of need like a video editing person. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. And obviously I didn't apply that day itself because I was so tired,
of course.
And the entire night I was just trying to figure out how everything works in the UK. So the next day when I actually set up my laptop and everything, my work desk, that's when I applied to that job immediately. And then they called me for an informal chat in October, and within like 10 days. And I thought that it was like an interview, so I went like prepared and everything. And then they were like, okay, so your job is going to be like this. I was like, so have I got it? And they're like, yeah, so if you're happy with it, we can just go ahead. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought it was an interview, but they actually kind of like offered me a job, and I started the next Monday. And that was it. And then I got another job in the university and another job in the university, and that kind of just helped me. But then, I was like really lucky to get that job, because I wouldn't like change like a thing about it, because I think like everything happens for a reason. So
I would say the same about mine. I'm so lucky.
So speaking about that, the next question is there a thing you would change about UK? I'll go first.
Okay, go on.
Because just right now I said that everything happens for a reason, and I wouldn't change a thing, because I've had like bad experiences in the UK. I've trusted wrong people. I've, all that happened. I feel like everything that has happened, it has made the person who I am today, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Fair, very fair answer.
Yeah.
For me, I think everything has happened, like, in my favor.
Yeah.
I've got a great set of friends back in Kingston.
Yeah.
I have you, I have my family here.
Yeah.
But the thing is, personally, academically, I think, of course, she has made a video on this of using uni resources. But I think I didn't maximize my use of uni resources.
Yeah, I get that.
Like going to the library more, exploring what kind of books they have, or like I'm not really a big book person, but just exploring everything they had. I play football.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if there were any football leagues or something I can join, but most of the brochures we got were for like undergrads, which did put me off. But then I didn't search more. I could have found something. I mean, we did play badminton sometimes. I used the university resources as much as I could, but I genuinely feel that I should have used them more. So I think that's...
But to be fair, you did have like a part-time job and like constant uni life and stuff like that.
But I could have found time is what I think.
Yeah. Fair. Fair enough. So the next question is, how did you manage homesickness?
Well, I didn't have a lot of homesickness, to be very honest with you, because you're here, my brother's here, like I've mentioned multiple times in this video, and
a few of your friends from India as well.
Fortunately, I have a great circle of friends in Kingston, so I never really felt that something's missing in my life. Of course, I do miss my parents a lot, and whenever I did, communication was the most important thing. I just called them up and I was like, whatever, I'm feeling down, I feel like I miss you guys, and we spoke for hours and hours. But basically it was just communicate and express. There's no point in keeping it to yourself. Absolutely no point.
I feel like I dealt a lot with homesickness because I used to get it like quite frequently, because that's the first time I had lived abroad all alone by myself and everything. I think for you it was a little different because you had experienced life in Mumbai away from home as well. But for me it was completely different. I had no one over here. My life was like a complete blank slate, and it was just, I had to make new friends. I had to make everything was completely new to me. Like there wasn't like, oh, I have this person, I can go to them anytime. It was nothing like that for me. And how I dealt with my homesickness was, again, just like you said, communication. A lot of video calls back home. I talked to my mom every day, unless and until one of us were traveling or some, kind of like there was a funeral and stuff like that.
She still does.
Obviously, like, so basically I think talking to my parents every single day and talking to you as well every single day. I think that's what helped me. And after you've come, I think the homesickness is kind of like toned down a bit. But then obviously you still kind of get that feeling a few times when especially when I'm sick. Like when I'm sick, I'm sick like a baby, because there are very few times that I fall sick, and that's when I have no energy and I just miss my parents and my mom's like home cooked food.
I get that. I get that.
So the last question is, what special memory have you made in the UK, or you have in the UK?
I would say traveling with you and my brother.
That was my answer.
Well, that goes to say why it's special, right? I think I've traveled more with you in terms of like places. We've traveled a lot here, and I've traveled with him as well. So I think those are the memories I hold like very close to my heart. Of like being in another country and like exploring with both of you.
I feel like, the special memory, in terms of that, traveling definitely. But then the key moments after I've come to the UK are basically, I'll just list it down. So first was when I got a part-time job. I think that was like a very relieving moment for me.
Right. Yeah.
The second was when I got a full-time job. That was like again so relieving.
Next level.
You coming here, that was again a very nice key moment. And I wouldn't say my graduation because I knew I would graduate. Sorry. Yeah.
But that was also nice.
Yeah. Obviously, it was like a really nice moment. But then, but these three moments are like my top favorite, I think, because
I get that completely. Yeah.
It's just like I would never ever forget these moments, three moments. And obviously there are a lot of things to be made.
Yeah.
Like a lot of memories to be made in the UK as well. So yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Coming from two international students.
Yeah.
So you got like two different perspectives on each of the questions.
Very different.
So I felt like this video was like really nice.
And if you have any questions, let us know down in the comments. We would love to answer them.
Yeah.
And help as many people as we can.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Definitely. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this video a huge like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.